Objection!
Hello everybody, this is BScat 100, and we have finally made it. After all this time, it is time to get back to the current timeline in the Phoenix Wright series. Welcome to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies. Now, I'm here by myself. The collab is at an end, for now. So, it is just me, you guys, and the game. Yes, I understand that no audio is being captured, probably because there's nothing going on right now. Thank you, Bandicam. Really appreciate it. Let's just try to jump right into things, shall we? If you like what you see, leave a like down below, comment if you have anything to say, subscribe to me if you haven't already, click that bell so you're notified of everything that I do when I do it, and share with your friends so they can join in on this investigation. New game.
These are dark times, where the law has been reduced to rubble, and it's up to us to restore it to its former glory. Yeah, I know what you mean. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Don't you worry. I've got a trusty new partner on board. She's been with us for half a year, though I can hardly believe it. Anyway, her power will be our greatest weapon.
Are you alright, miss?
Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end.
Episode 1, Turnabout Countdown. The best thing about bombs is how they erase and destroy without discretion. Now all I have to do is pin everything on that little girl. December 17th, 9:22 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Well, we are back in the thick of things. And it seems that our lovely known and unknown characters have had a little bit of growth since the last time we saw them. Now, but it might be a little confusing the way that I did this stuff, but the Professor Layton crossover game took place before Apollo Justice. So, just to put that into perspective there. Phoenix has his badge back. If we're going from Apollo stuff, Phoenix has his badge back. He's back as an attorney. Apollo got severely injured, it looks like, and we don't know what's going on with that. And we have a new character, a new piece in this puzzle. So, that's what we're dealing with right now. Let's do this. Oh! Alright. Nope, not feeling nervous at all. It's amazing what a girl can get used to. Even that tense atmosphere like this is no biggie. Oh, Apollo! Yeah, doing great. Like, hum a little tune great. Oh yeah? Well, that's good to hear. Although, I could have sworn I heard your voice crack for a second there. I'm that transparent, huh? Cracking? No, my voice isn't cracking. Nerves are still here, I tell you. This is Apollo Justice. He's a fellow lawyer at the office I work for. Apollo is the lead for the defense on this case. But I'm going to be there at the bench with him, doing what I can to help out. I'll do whatever it takes to defend Junie. Speaking of steel, how are you holding up? That explosion really did a number on you. I'm just happy that you're okay, Athena. Although, can't pretend that I have no connection to this case. That's why I'm gonna see to it that Juniper's name is cleared. And I'm sure you feel much the same way. You got that right. I won't rest until Junie is completely cleared of all suspicion. Thank you for doing this for me. Junie! Hey, are you okay? Sorry about that. I always seem to go into coughing fits whenever I get nervous. This kind of thing never happens at home in the forest, though. This Juniper Woods. She's my dear childhood friend, and she's also a client for this case. The news keeps repeating that Junie is the alleged bomber. But that's ridiculous! There's no way Junie would do anything like that. I brought you a little snack, Athena. Just a little something from my garden. Hey, thanks. So, is this an orange or a tangerine? It's an orange. My grandma says that orange is the color of strength and endurance. Oh, I get it. Strength's for the trial, right? Junie, you're always so good to me. Jeez, look at me. Sitting here clutching on an orange an orange to my chest with tears in my eyes. Well, don't you worry. We'll be so powerful in there they won't know what hit him, right, Apollo? Yeah, that's right. Come what may, this is one trial. We just can't lose. Apollo! Apollo! Blood is seeping through the bandages. One of his wounds must have reopened. All this time he was trying to put on a brave face, but he was really overdoing it. Mr. Justice! Huh? The trial is about to begin, sir. Excuse me, wrong voice. The trial is about to begin, sir. Please, proceed to the courtroom. What now? But Apollo's in no state to defend. I have to defend Juniper. What are we gonna do? The trial's about to start with or without us. There's only one other option I can think of at a time like this. But even if I called him now, he'd never get here in time. No, wait. There's something else I can do. Apollo, give me all the evidence for the case. Huh? What are you gonna do? Bailiff? Yes, miss? The defense would like to submit a substitution of attorney petition. Tina? You're not seriously... You just concentrate on getting better. I'll defend Junie. All by yourself? Athena, stop for a second. Think about what you're saying. You never once taken a case on alone before, right? No problema. No problema. I can handle it, I think. But I guess it's really up to you, Junie. Would you be okay with me taking over? Sure. I believe in you, Athena. And that's enough for me. You're worried for me, aren't you? To be honest, I'm pretty nervous, too. I think my heart just might burst out of my chest. But you're in no shape to stand at the bench now. So you have to leave it to me. Alright. I can see your mind's made up anyway. I hate that I can't be there, but I know that you give your utmost to defend Juniper. You bet I will. Rest assured of that. My name is Athena Sykes. I'm still just a newbie, but I'm a lawyer. This is only the second time I've taken the lead in a defense case. It'll be the first time I stand up there alone, though. But I had to do this. And I'm definitely not about to let anything bad happen to Junie. Whew, I'm already getting lightheaded from these voices. December 17th, 9:46 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 5. Day 1. Court is now in session. All rise! Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honor. And what is the meaning of this? I was under the impression that Mr. Red Monkey would be my opponent today. Yes, well, a substitution of attorney petition was submitted just a few moments ago. Due to the explosion in the courthouse yesterday, Mr. Justice is unable to continue. I see. Not at all surprised he used that as an excuse to run away. With me and as an adversary who wouldn't want to feign illness in order to escape. What? The nerve of that guy. I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. Well, I would if I wasn't so nervous. This arrogant jerk. You arrogant jerk! No, Widget! Is my hearing getting worse? I could have sworn I heard the defense say something just now. No, you didn't hear anything at all, not especially from me. Howard, I could have sworn I also heard something. Oh, that would be my indispensable partner, Widget. He sometimes puts out what I'm thinking. Well then, if that's the case, then it's a clear contradiction to what you just stated. A contradiction? You just stated that you said nothing. However, if that device of yours says what you're thinking, then you indeed said that I was, what was it, elegant at work? Yeah! Actually, it was arrogant jerk. At any rate, what does it matter if it's a red monkey or a yellow monkey facing me? No fresh out of law school rookie can defend this witness. Mr. Payne, I believe that's enough. Let us get back to the case. Of course, Your Honor. I'm more than ready to show this little girl why they call me the rookie humiliator. I knew it. He really is just an arrogant jerk. Arrogant jerk! Miss Sykes, if you continue to insult the prosecution, I will remove you from this court. I'm very sorry. It was just a knee-jerk reaction. Now then, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, if you please. Thank you, Your Honor. Now then, the incident occurred yesterday here at this very courthouse in courtroom number 4. At that time, the trial for a certain bombing was being held in courtroom number 4. Ah yes, I was presiding over that trial as well. Mr. Justice was there as lawyer for the defense. A bomb that was being presented as evidence suddenly went off during the trial. It was a terrible incident, and courtroom number 4 was completely destroyed. Fortunately, we were able to start evacuation procedures before the explosion occurred. Just a few seconds more and it would have turned into a horrific loss of human life. But there was in fact one death, was there not? That is correct, Your Honor. When courtroom number 4 was examined after the blast, the body of Detective Candace Arm was discovered. She was to take the stand as a witness later in the trial. I suppose she wasn't able to evacuate in time. What a terrible tragedy. I must admit, I stumbled at least 10 times with myself before I was able to escape. Maybe the court should see to getting you even shorter robes. The victim's body was found near the entrance of the courtroom. I suspect she stayed until the very end to help guide the others out safely. Your Honor, allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and details about the bomb. Arm's autopsy report added to the court record. Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head caused by the impact with a flat object. Time of death was between 8 and 11 a.m. Stuffed animal bomb. The time bomb that destroyed the courtroom. It was hidden inside a stuffed animal when it was detonated. Okay, I know how this works. All evidence for the trial is filed in the court record. When I want to check something out, I just touch the court record button. I better take a peek later. Take a peek now. And we have profiles as well. Brand new attorney's badge. Okay. Flat objects, blood from the head. That all checks out. What have we got? We got Apollo, who's 23 right now. Alright. Another lawyer at the office, passionate about the law and just hates anything that's not fair or just. Juniper Woods, our client in this case. We've been friends since childhood, a sweet girl who loves nature. Gasp in pain. Not the same pain! Prosecuting attorney, he just seems to exude unpleasantness. Candace Arms, the victim in the case. Detective who's heading up the investigation into a bombing incident. Now then, please call the accused to the witness stand. Defendant, are you feeling alright? You're looking a bit pale.
I'm so sorry.
I was feeling a bit weak when I first arrived here at the courthouse. But I'm alright. Junie's really giving it her all. I better make sure I do the same. If we could please proceed. Your name and occupation, defendant. Juniper Woods. I'm a high school student. Miss Woods, can you confirm you were in the courtroom on the day in question? Yes, I came to know Apollo Justice through my friend Athena. And so, I was there yesterday to watch his trial and then my support. Something's wrong. Judy's really scared. Did you know that I'm also known as the Defendant Humiliator? It looks like I have yet another chance to show everyone how I earned that moniker. Ugh. Does the arrogance know no bounds? I have to protect Junie no matter what. Hey, you arrogant Prosecutor Payne! What is it? Do you want me to demonstrate why I'm known as the Rookie Humiliator instead? Deep breaths, Athena. Don't let him get to you. Prosecutor Payne, Junie's telling the truth. Mr. Justice also backed up her claim when we saw him in the defendant lobby. And Junie, he said that he was glad to get the lotus root he gave him too. He was? My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes. She says it can even help you see in the future. They can? Then that's perfect present for a lawyer. And if that's true, I guess he must not have eaten them.
A sweet meat girl like this, blowing a courtroom to bits? I must say, it's very hard to believe.
Now, Your Honor, don't let her seemingly innocent appearance fool you. The defendant has a motive for committing this crime. That's not true. I don't have any kind of motive. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and defendant. However, that doesn't matter. The only thing that does is her objective was the destruction of courtroom number 4 itself. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Why in the world would Miss Woods want to do that? That's a very good question, coming from a novice such as yourself. But first, a question for the defendants. Have you ever been brought up on false charges? What? Why, yes I have. And did that experience cause you to harbor a grudge against the court system? Objection! Now, just wait one moment. If that kind of thing was a motive for blowing up things, then every one of our clients would turn into bombers.
That's a very valid point. We wouldn't have a single courthouse left standing in the land.
I can see the accused is the only one who might bear resentment against the courts. But Miss Woods is the only person who could have committed this crime. Why? Because we have found some decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt. Decisive, huh? I'll believe it when I see it. And it involves a very unique aspect to the bomb itself, Your Honor.
And what exactly was so unique about it?
Why don't we have Miss Sykes answer the question? Me? I notice that you appear to be very nervous, and well, gentleman that I am, I'd like to offer you the chance to gain some confidence with such an easy question. Could he be any more condescending? Really, what a thoroughly unpleasant man. Ellis for loser! What did it say? Nothing, not a single thing. Now let's see. What was I supposed to do at a time like this? Oh, I know. The court record.
It's almost like this is a tutorial case.
The information I need is somewhere in the court record.
Alright, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. What was unique about the bomb that blew out the courtroom? Was it because it was
inside a stuffed animal? Mr. Payne, what kind of simpleton do you take me for? It was stuffed inside a stuffed animal. Its evil intentions covered up by a cute exterior. Very good. Have a cookie. The bomb that went off inside the courtroom was indeed hidden inside a stuffed animal. There, how do you like that? Not bad, huh? I am fine. Like I said from the start, I can do this.
Yes, as I recall, the bomb was stuffed inside a stuffed animal the whole time. I never even got to take a look at it. But what connection does this impish elephant have with the defendant?
The answer to that question lies in another piece of evidence, which I have here.
And what, pray tell, is this? Appears to be a little singed.
It's a tale, Your Honor. The tale of a poor victim of the explosion.
It's incredible! Are you saying that's Detective Arm's tale?
Your Honor is so very close, but no, it belongs to this stuffed animal. It's called the Phony Fanty. It's a rather unpleasant name if you ask me.
He's a mascot for a campaign to eliminate false evidence and false charges, is he not?
Exactly. His motto is phony evidence is trunked up. That's so wrong on so many levels.
I couldn't agree more.
The Phony Fanty's tail is made of vinyl cloth, and we found something very interesting on its surface. The defendant's fingerprints. What? The Phony Fanty provided the prosecution with all the evidence we needed. It clearly proves the accused handled the bomb. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would Judy's fingerprints be on it?
That does appear to be the pretty irrefutable evidence. Court accepts it into evidence.
A fancy tail. Stuffed animal that the bomb was inserted to, and his fingerprints were found on it.
Miss Woods, do you have an explanation for this?
I don't understand. How about you, Miss Sykes? Do you have any plausible explanation to refute this decisive piece of evidence? Well, I can't do it. I can't think of a single thing. But I'd better come up with something for Junie's sake. If you can't produce an answer, we can always go straight to the ruling, if you prefer. No, I have to say something fast. Oh no, I can't get my voice to work. Why now of all times? I thought I overcame this already. Maybe I'm still not ready to stand in court.
As you can see, there is no room for debate.
Objection! Why, it's you!
Sorry it took me so long to get here, Athena. Paulo explained the whole thing to me over the phone. He asked me to come help you out in his place. Thanks for coming. I hate to admit it, but I was having a real rough time on my own. Oh, don't I know? I don't know. See, I think you were doing just fine, all things considered. You hung in there, giving me enough time to get here. Now let's get things turned around. You got it, boss.
Look who showed up out of the blue! If it isn't Mr. Phoenix Wright, you always manage to surprise me.
Your Honor, Mr. Payne has called for an early ruling. But I believe there are still many things that need to be deliberated. How did Miss Woods get fingerprints and wind up on the stuffed animal's tail? How was the bomb even detonated? Until these questions are answered, I assert it's impossible for a fair ruling to be made.
You're absolutely right. Let's continue from where we left off. I assume you have no objections, Mr. Payne.
Not at all, Your Honor.
Miss Woods really looks like she's having a hard time.
Jeannie's really struggling, Mr. Wright. I get the sense she's afraid of the courtroom itself.
Because of yesterday?
Yeah, it was understandably very traumatic for her.
Poor thing. And here she is, back at the courtroom again, being so brave.
I'd like to make a request, Your Honor. If at all possible, I'd like to have Miss Woods rest in the lobby.
Given the defendant's condition. Very well, I grant special permission.
You could get some rest, Junie, and leave the rest to us.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry about this.
Phoenix Wright. I've been looking forward to meeting you.
It's been a while, Mr. Payne.
You're more clueless than I'd heard. I do believe you mean, how do you do? For I am Gaspin Payne. I am the younger brother of your long-standing rival, Winston Payne.
What? Long-standing rival? When are we ever rivals, let alone long-standing?
You'll see, Mr. Wright. I will cleanse Winston of the disgrace he met with at your hands.
Looks like this royal pain is going to be as thoroughly unpleasant as the other.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a decisive witness to the stand. This witness will testify as to how the accused detonated the bomb in the courtroom.
Very well. Please call your witness, Mr. Payne.
Witness, your name and occupation, please.
Witness?
Name, Ted Tonate. Occupation, bomb disposal expert.
Oh my, what a strange robotic voice you have.
Speech synthesis via typing is the same as me talking. He sounds exactly like a robot.
Can't you speak in a normal manner?
I can.
He can.
But I do not like to speak. Speaking is inefficient. Energy expenditure, speaking, it is greater than typing. Understand?
We're not witness.
Mr. Toney was in charge of the bomb for the trial and was there when it went off.
Being a bomb squad specialist, do you have any relation to the defendant?
Negative. I first met the girl while on this job. Many people are employed by the police. I know only a fraction of them. However, I was shocked when I first discovered the body of the victim.
Shocked?
I was the first on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure the safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body.
So he was the first to discover the body, was he?
He is here to testify about the circumstances surrounding the moment of the explosion.
Very well, the court will hear Mr. Tonate's testimony. But at the very least, show this court some respect and move the face guard witness. Oh boy, here we go. Excuse me. When the bomb went off.
The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Bomb name, HH3000, operated by timer or with a remote. I was watching from the gallery when suddenly I became alarmed. I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down.
So even though the bomb was supposed to be disarmed, it somehow got switched on.
Precisely. Activating the timer is very simple. 1. Connect the wires. 2. Switch on timer. A monkey could do it. I am sure even you would be able to, Mr. Wright. I guess this makes you the blue monkey in this barrel of fun, boss. I would like to now begin my cross-examination. Huh?
Mr. Tonate, what is that?
HH3000, aka a bomb.
A bomb? Quick, googly moogly! Ah! Mr. Tonate, I demand you disarm at this instant!
Disassembly complete. Huh, 5.3 seconds, 0.2 seconds short of my personal best.
Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know?
This is the exact replica of the HH3000. It is used to practice disarming bombs. Disarm equals success, explosion equals failure.
Exact replica of the bomb that exploded, huh? So that's what it looked like.
I submitted a photograph of the real bomb taken just before the trial. Dimensions: 10 inches height by 10 inches wide by 10 inches deep. Weight: 12 pounds. A perfect replication.
The bomb just appears to be a very good copy indeed.
Yes, however, I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. It has a very puzzling wiring setup. It's regrettable I could not replicate it.
Witness, that's enough! There's no need to replicate anything here.
Okay.
And now the defense would like to begin the cross-examination, huh? Where's Miss Sykes gone to?
Athena, you can come out now. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's get to work. I guess you were pretty scared, huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. She was about to bolt. Hey, put a sock in it, put a sock in it, widget. Ugh, as transparent as ever. Now let's see. Where were we? We were at the cross-examination. Oh, cross-examination, of course. She seems disoriented. I wonder if she's alright. Maybe I should ask Athena if she remembers how to cross-examine to help her focus. Nah, she'll be fine. Nah, no need for that right now. She'll be fine. I'll do everything I can to help. If you can't find any contradictions, and you flub up too often, don't be afraid to ask me for help. Press X to consult with me when the consult panel appears. I'll let you know where I think the suspicious statement is. Sounds good. I'll be counting on you if I get into a bind. Alright, it's cross-examination time. Cross-examination. The bomb went off. First, I want to take a look at that bomb again. Okay, so my all-important badge, proof of my possession. Okay, we also have Athena, 18, a young rookie lawyer at our agency, so she's also our client's friends. Prosecuting attorney, Gaspin, younger brother of a prosecutor I know. This one lacks presence too. Client in this case, kind of go. Okay, so that's the same. Ted Tonate, age 42. This fucking charger is messing up my lighting. Alright. Police bomb expert. He was in charge of handling the bomb that exploded in the courtroom. Inside a stuffed animal. So this is taken at 8:56 a.m. 10 by 10 by 10. 5/16 inch alloy plating. Well, I noticed right here the frickin' the screen was cracked. Anything else? And the elephant had the tail on him at the time. The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Excuse me. The bomb was originally disarmed by me and then transported here as evidence. Operation by timer with a remote. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down. That's strange, because it was hidden inside a stuffed animal! So, you say you saw the bomb's countdown. Is that right? Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0. And I say that you are clearly lying. What are you talking about? There's no way you could have seen the bomb's timer. After all, the bomb was concealed inside a stuffed animal. Mr. Tonate, how could you claim to know the bomb was about to go off when you couldn't have even seen the timer? What? No!
That does seem like a glaring inconsistency indeed. Witness, how do you explain this?
Well, Ooh, that was great, Mr. Wright. Found a contradiction right off the bat. Always remember, Athena, when you find an inconsistency in the witness's testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, a hidden meaning, or a secret. Whenever it is, it's up to us to dig it out. Pointing out every contradiction we find is the best way to do it, right, boss? Now the question is, what can we dig out of Mr. Tony? Well, let me see. No, there must be some mistake. Oh, yes, of course. I remember now. The sound. I knew because of the sound.
Sound? What kind of sound?
When the timer of this type of bomb is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep, beep, beep. It's the sound of the bomb counting down.
A beeping noise, you say? Suppose it would be possible to notice that even with the bomb inside the stuffed animal.
I simply made a mistake. My bad. Objection! How in the world did you hear such a tiny little sound all the way from the gallery? Listening for the sound of a bomb's timer is an integral part of my work. I constantly undergo training that I will never miss it. I hardly think training would help you hear something soft from so far away. What now? Are you making light of the fine science of disarming bombs? It is a solid mission that I put my life on the line to perform. What kind of specialist would I be if I could not hear a bomb's timer? It's not like it's disassembling a toaster, you know. I was just showing off. You keep asserting that the sound was too tiny to hear, but the only tiny thing here is your skill as a lawyer. Being suspicious is not an attractive quality, you know. And you're just overflowing with attractive qualities, aren't you? Or perhaps you have some proof that Mr. Tonate did not hear the sound. Well, no, but it still seems totally suspect. It's going to be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something.
If I have this correct, the prosecution's argument is that someone reactivated the bomb before it was brought into the courtroom. What I don't understand, Mr. Payne, is why you believe that person to be Miss Woods. That's simple, Your Honor. Mr. Tonate happened to be there when it happens. He was there when the defendant rearmed the bomb. What's this, no?
It happened before the trial started. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. We brought the bomb to the lobby for the defense. Bomb equals evidence. The lawyer wanted to see it before the start of the trial. Looking for a chance to get at the bomb, Mr. Woods was already there in the lobby. Her goal was surely to rearm the bomb and steal the remote switch. The remote switch? Yes, the switch that controls the bomb remotely. Duh. It's been missing ever since the incident. Missing remote. Switch that starts the time bomb's countdown. It was stolen just before the blast and is now missing. I am partially to blame. I left the bomb and remote on top of the transport case. And they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking with the lawyer. The defendant then used the remote from the inside the courtroom to start the timer. Objection! How can you assert so unequivocally that the bomb was rearmed in the lobby? Bomb. Objection! The bomb was safely secured in the transfer case. The only time it was outside the case was that lobby. Therefore, there was the one and only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it. Someone other than Mr. Tone could have opened the case and taken the bomb out. Impossible. The transfer case isn't assigned exclusively to me. Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. And I have the only key that can open the case. Transfer case. Case that Tone and Detective Arm transported the bomb in. Tone has the key. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proof it was Miss Woods who stole the remote switch. And by the same token, you have no proof that it wasn't her. But what I do have is a piece of evidence that proves the defendant handled the bomb. That tail! 5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 deciseconds. An offensive advantage less than a mere 5 minutes. Talk about a rotten hand. As long as they have her fingerprints as their trump card, I'm at a big disadvantage.
It appears we will have to hear from the defendant herself once more.
I wholeheartedly agree, Your Honor. I would like to recall Miss Woods to the stand.
Trust you have no objections, Mr. Wright.
I'm worried about her condition, but we do need her testimony. On the other hand, I'm not sure I want to make Athena mad. I can read your feelings, you know, boss. Guess there's no hiding from her, huh? Don't worry, I know we need her testimony. But if anybody picks on her again, they'll pay. She's already at anger level 1. Don't worry, I'll stop the proceedings before I let anything bad happen to her. Defense has no objections, Your Honor. In that case, I will take my leave. But before I do, there's just one more thing, Mr. Wright. Is it?
Me? Yes.
Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try.
Ugh.
This guy's hiding something. I just know it. Now if you'll excuse me.
Bailiff, please go out to the lobby and bring back the defendant.
I think this is a good place to end things off. This first case is probably going to be a little bit longer than most, but that's alright. I'm very glad to be back into the swing of things. And I've been so looking forward to playing this game for a long time. So, one more thing I guess I should mention. I guess it would be prevalent if you made it all the way to the end. Much like the Blaze Blue episode that came out recently. I assume it will be, quote, yesterday if everything goes right. I am recording this way early. I'm recording this on January 8th, and it's probably not going to come out until the last week of January. So, things might be a little ahead, but I am reading the comments and taking them into consideration if there are any little hidden things or whatever. It's just that it might take a little bit for that to appear. So, I suppose that'll be it for now. In the next episode, we hear Juniper's testimony. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later.